real quick. I am studying, or let me show you.
Teaching Sunday school, so it's talking about the perfect.
And I just opened up my commentary Bible by Dr. Tony Evans, and I'm sitting in the title. Mind you, I've not even dove into the lesson. I'm like the first two verses, and I'm like, God, you said what you said, and it just makes so much sense. So as I'm sitting here, Holy Spirit is revealing to me, going deeper. So I've been on this journey to go deeper with God for a while, but here more so lately. And so understanding like discipleship and what that looks like and what kingdom looks like, because it's easy to throw around the term, kingdom marriage, kingdom citizen, kingdom legacy, kingdom. And the fact that I'm teaching on a perfect kingdom, I'm like, okay, so one, I know God is very intentional, and two, I know that He's wanting me to go deeper and understand. So let me just let y'all know what my little revelation was just this moment. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'll read the quote that Dr. Tony Evans said, um, as he was breaking down Matthew 5, 17, 17, what is 17? 17 through 20. And at the very end, he says, so I'm reading it right here. Unless a disciple of Jesus, you are committed to growing, unless as a disciple of Jesus, you are committed to growing in righteousness, the heavenly kingdom will not be expressed in your earthly history. Okay? That's what he said. So as I was sitting in that, I was like, so that makes so much sense, because I know for me, for the longest time, even growing up, I had no concept, no understanding of what purpose was, why I was sent here, why I was even created. Because at the end of the day, like, even the thought of death terrified me, like, it would send me into panic attacks to the point where I'm like, I couldn't breathe just thinking about death, and then heaven and going on eternity. Like, it would literally overwhelm me. And it's because I did not have an understanding. I did not know, one, what kingdom was, and two, why I was even sent here, and that I had a purpose here. So, me understanding what my calling is and my destiny is, um, left me broken, afraid, isolated. Fill all the words in. So, when I read his quote or his commentary on it, it just made me think about how much more God is so intentional about us understanding our true identity in Him first, because that unlocks the door and the freedom to us to experience life in heaven here on earth. Not saying that we're free from any discourse or any like things that are not going to harm us or different things like that, but we will not stay stuck in the fear of the unknown and what's next and what, all these different things. There's a freedom that comes with understanding your assignment and understanding what kingdom means and what that does, and how God entrusts each of us to carry out that plan that He sends us to this earth to carry out. And it ain't allowing our flesh to rule and dictate our worlds, because when we allow, and when I allow my flesh to take over, that's when I am, one, taking away from my capacity to experience an abundant life that God promises promises us. And that's me telling Him that I'm going to be Lord over my life because it feels good, or this person makes me feel good, or this situation makes me feel good, or this job makes me feel good. I get my identity in this, or these children, like all of these things. I'm choosing to allow those little things to lord over my life versus God, where He's saying those things that make you feel good what if you actually surrender that over to me? What if you actually allow me to switch those seats and those priorities, so therefore that it can be not just a momentary enjoyment, but it actually can be a part of your life. It can actually be a part of your story. But a lot of times, and I am guilty of this, I'm only focused on what I can get in that moment and think that this has to be it. Because if I don't seize this moment with this person, or with this feeling, or with this drink, or this environment, or this show, or whatever is pleasurable in that moment, that I feel like I'm missing out on something. And as he was saying, as we are called to be disciples, discipleship, and disciple meaning you are to love and live like Jesus. He knows that we're never going to be perfect, but there's an act that comes with surrendering our lives and our will over to him, so that he can step in to fill those voids that we're clinging so tightly to, then fueling and feeding our flesh that is literally killing us and separating us from God, and to experience life abundantly here on earth, and bringing the kingdom from heaven down here on earth. Because I don't know about you, because I want my life to be full of kingdom. I want everything that I do to be very intentional, Jesus focused, centered focused, because I know I am the person that I am only because of him. And I've only been able to experience and do and achieve. And I mean, there's the heartache as well. I'm not saying it's all perfect and high moments, but I've only been able to do those things because I have decided to allow Jesus to lord over me, and not my flesh to lord over me. So I am walking in the perfect kingdom, like the lesson for the week is talking about, because I have chosen to live a righteous life, to be in right standing with God. Not a perfect life, because I'm not perfect at all whatsoever, but I'm surrendering. I have intentionally surrendered and continue to surrender all of those areas over to God. So my flesh is not in control at all, because my flesh had me out here looking crazy, feeling crazy, and all the above. And I know that you can relate, because we're human. So, yeah, I was like, that is just the revelation, and just sitting in this whole idea of discipleship and the role of the flesh. And the flesh wants to keep us stuck. The flesh wants us to feel like there's a lack, like we're lacking something. And God's like, nope. I created you for abundant life. I created you to do mind-blowing things, and I'm here for it. I am here for all of that. I'm like, God, I'm here for it. Show me what's next, because I'm going after it. Because I know I can go after it, because you are with me. So, food for thought. Be blessed. Love y'all. Bye.